my name is St. Plays, and welcome back to another Pokemon Challenge video. So, this is yet going to be another holiday special Pokemon video. So, this challenge will be up to Christmas. If you're watching it then Merry Christmas. Oh wait, I should probably get some for the occasion. Can't start off a Christmas themed Pokemon challenge without the good old Santa hat. Now can I? Get to the holiday spirit. So, what challenge am I going to do for this special occasion? Well, in the last holiday challenge I beat all of Pokemon Ruby with just a Duskull. So, today's challenge, I'm going to see if I can beat all of Pokemon Fire Red with a team of only Snorunt. Yes, you heard me right. I'm doing a whole run on Pokemon Fire Red with just a Snorunt. And the one thing I like about Snorunt, like I said, Snorunt run, it just rolls off your tongue like nothing. So anyway, I think the reason why I chose Snorunt in the first place is because, just look at it. Go to Google and just type it images for Snorunt. He looks like a miniature Christmas tree. So it was perfect. Anyways, now, I'm going to address some rules before we start this challenge. Alright, so I can only use Snorunt in battle. That's the main number one thing. I can use other Pokemon for HM use only, but I cannot use them in battles. Unless if I was forced to do a double battle, then hopefully the Pokemon I catch for the HM use has a stat move, so I can use it, so it doesn't do anything damaging. Alright, I cannot use healing items during battle, but healing items outside of battle is allowed, and using other items is allowed as well. And no glitches or exploits. I shouldn't have to worry. I mean, this is yet another Gen 3 run, but it's in a different game called Fire Red. I didn't want to do it on Emerald, because I already did a Gen 3 run with Duskull. So, no further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, we already had to use the Pokemon Randomizer to replace Bulbasaur with Snorunt. I replaced Bulbasaur so our rival would choose Charmander, the hardest Pokemon for us to fight. I named her Elsa, you know, from the character Frozen. Alrighty, so we're into our first ever rival battle, and I can guarantee you guys, it doesn't end well. You guys will see here in a few minutes. The only attack move we have is Powder Snow, and it doesn't really do anything since Charmander is a fire type. We also use Leer to lower its defense, but I already know the drill. This is not going to end well. From experiencing from the Zubat run, where we got annihilated. At least I think we got annihilated. It's been a while since I did that challenge, and just like I said earlier, we got annihilated. Alright, so here's our first gym leader battle with Brock. He sends out Geodude, as we sent out Elsa. We used Powder Snow, which did massive damage as it used Tackle. We used one more Powder Snow to finish it off, lowering us up in the process. Next up is Onyx, and oh boy. This is where I get, we use Powder Snow to get yellow health, but then we get finished off by Rock Tomb. Man, we did not last long. We went for another try. It was faster than us, so we used Tackle as we used Powder Snow. And he was frozen solid, so we actually were able to finish Onyx off with another Powdered Snow, loading us up in the process. I got really lucky. So, on our way to the next gym leader, I picked up the Helix fossil. I know if I didn't say anything, you would ask. Actually, ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube and Facebook algorithm. Okay, so next up is the gym leader, the second gym leader, Misty. And she sets out Staryu to fight Elsa. It started things off with Harden, as we used Icy Wind, which didn't do really much. We used Headbutt, which did decent damage as it used Harden. We used another Headbutt, landed it to red health, causing it to flinch. Of course, Misty used a Super Potion, as we used Headbutt to heal Staryu. We used Icy Wind, but it didn't do anything, but its speed did fell, as it used Harden. We used Icy Wind again, which landed to yellow health, lowering its speed even more. Then it used Recover. Icy Wind again, but we missed as it used Water Pulse. Yeah, we really don't have anything good against Staryu, did we? As we used another Icy Wind, speed still fell as it used Water Pulse. Icy Wind again. And of course it uses Recover. At this point, there's no way we can win. So, with sadness, I had to restart the game so we can do this fight again. After failing this battle countless of times, I decided maybe it'd be best if I trained Elsa until it learned Crunch, which is probably going to be the move we use against Water-type Pokemon. So, alright, so we're back to it, and we use Crunch to actually does decent damage. And then we finished it off with Headbutt. Our last Pokemon is Starmie, so it uses Water Pulse as we use Crunch to do decent damage. We use the Water Pulse again as we finished it off with Crunch, earning us our second gym badge. Alright, here's our second rival battle. It starts off with Pidgeotto to fight our Snorunt. And we just one-shot Pidgeotto with Icy Wind. Up next is Charmander. We use Crunch, almost laying at red health as it used Amber. We used one more Crunch to finish Charmander off. Oh, Charmander can be a problem in the future. Our Aber can't really do anything, so we one-shot it with Crunch. Up next is Rattata. We just used Headbutt to completely annihilate eliminate him. That battle cost us to become a level 29. And that's our second rival battle. We did a lot better in our second rival battle, but it's not very long until we get to another rival battle. Sends out Pidgeotto yet again to fight our Snorunt. Wait, oh shoot. I don't think... Alright. So, we use Ice Beam to one-shot Pidgeotto. Caused us to level up. Next up is Charmeleon this time, and Crunch gets it to yellow health as we used Amber? We used one more Crunch to finish Charmeleon off. Next up is Raticate. We just used Ice Beam to one-shot Raticate. Really did not stand a chance against Snorunt. Up next is Kadabra. We just used Crunch to one-shot Kadabra, since Psychic is weak against the Dark. And that's it. Our next gym leader is with Lieutenant Surge, and he sends out Voltorb. We use Ice Beam to one-shot Voltorb. Next Pokemon is going to be Pikachu, but we just one-shot it with Ice Beam. Up next, this is Pokemon Raichu. We used Ice Beam to land Yellow Health as it used Thunder Wave to paralyze us. Then he used Double Team to raise its evasiveness as we finished it off with Crunch, winning us our third gym battle. Up next is another rival battle. Of course, like always, we one-shot Pidgeotto with Ice Beam. Next up is Charmeleon. We use Crunch to lower it to yellow health as we use Ember. And then we use Headbutt to finish it off. Up next is Execute, but we just one-shot it with Ice Beam. Up next is Kadabra. Like always, we one-shot it with Crunch. Up next is Gyarados, which our attack gets cut down thanks to Imitate. We use Ice Beam to almost land it to red health as it used Thrash. And then we finish it off with Headbutt. Alright, so this is going to be like a total speed run. I used Ice Beam to one-shot Victory Bell, then she sends out Tangle Out, the only pure grass type in Gen 1. But that didn't matter because we just one-shot it with Ice Beam. Next up is Vileplume, and we one-shot it with Ice Beam. That was like a no-damage sweep right there. Alright, here comes our first Giovanni fight. We We used Ice Beam on its Onyx to take it down. Up next is Rhyhorn, but didn't last too long with Ice Beam. Next up is Kangaskhan. We used Ice Beam to do a little bit of damage, as it used Bite. Then we used Headbutt to finish it off. Wow. Even Giovanni didn't stand a chance against us. Up next is the gym leader Koga. He sends out Coughing to fight our Snorunt. We just use Ice Beam to one-shot Coughing. Up next is Muck. We do decent damage with Ice Beam as he used Miniaturize. And then we use Crunch to land to Yellow Health, and then use Toxic on us, which badly poisons us, as we use Headbutt to finish him off. Next up is another Coughing, and I used Ice Beam to one-shot it. This last Pokemon is Weezing. We used Ice Beam, which did major damage, as we used Smoke Screen, which lowered our accuracy. We used Crunch to, thankfully, finish it off. Holy crud. Like, I didn't really had high hopes I would win that fight, to be honest. Up next is another rival battle, and this time was with Pidgeot, but like always, it gets one-shot by Ice Beam. Up next is Charizard, and this is when our trouble began, because Charizard is a fire type, and we're weak to fire type. Even though we almost managed to take it out, but then we get to we are able to take it out with just 5 health remaining. Holy crud. We use Ice Beam to take out Execute. And then we get to Alakazam, and oh my god. He uses Future Sight as we use Crunch to one-shot it, which caused us to level up. But here's the main problem. Okay, not X Gyarados, our attack gets cut down, but then it didn't matter because it finished us off with 1 bite. Now, I tried this fight numerous of times, but by the time we get to Gyarados, we always manage to get to Yellow Health. Ice Beam does major damage, but it doesn't really matter, because he's faster than us, and yeah. Not only that, I also get taken out, so eventually I taught Elsa the only water-type move that a Snorunt knows, the most powerful one, probably most useful, is Water Pulse. A move that is the only good water-type that he can learn, or Snorunt can learn. So we actually made good progress as we were able to take out with Charizard with ease, and we managed to get to Gyarados with full health. Get attacked by Future Sight. We almost take it out with Ice Beam as it used Dragon Rage, and then we used Crunch to finish it off. Anyway, here's our next battle with Giovanni. We just almost take Neoran out with Ice Beam. Alright, here's our next battle with Giovanni. We use Ice Beam to almost take his Pokemon out as he used Poison Sting. And then we use Water Pulse to finish Nirino out. His next Pokemon is Rhyhorn. We use Water Pulse to one-shot Rhyhorn since it's double weak to water. Up next is Nidoqueen. We use Water Pulse to almost take its red health, and it became confused, but despite being confused, it's tail whipped us as we use Crunch to land to red health, and then it finished itself off by confusion. Up next is Kangaskhan. We use Ice Beam to actually one-shot thanks to a crit. And just like that, we beat Giovanni a second time. Up next is the Psychic-type gym leader. It starts things off with Kadabra. We use Crunch to one-shot it. Up next is Mr. Mime. We just use Crunch to almost take it out, as he used Psybeam. And then she uses a Hyper Potion to restore health, as we use Ice Beam, a crit Ice Beam, to finish it off, leveling us up in the process. Up next is Venomoth, but we just use Ice Beam to almost take it out, as it used Supersonic, confusing us. Then she uses a Hyper Potion again to restore her Pokemon, and we just hit ourselves with confusion. We heard, wow, second time in a row as it used Psybeam. Up next is Venomoth. We use Ice Beam to almost take it out as it used Supersonic to make us confused. She uses a Hyper Potion to restore her Pokemon as we hit ourselves with Confusion. We hit ourselves with Confusion again as it used Psybeam to land us to yellow health. We snapped out of our Confusion, used Crunch as it used another Psybeam, and then we finished it off with Ice Beam. Up next is Alakazam. We use Crunch to take it to red health. Then it uses Psychic, which sadly finished us off. Dang. Just when I thought I was getting somewhere. Alright, so we're back to Alakazam. With better health this time, we use Crunch, which landed to almost red health as it used Psychic. Then it uses Crunch again to finish him off. That was it. We finally got another gym badge. Our 7th gym leader is Blaine, and this is where I thought we were going to have problems. But we have Water Pulse, so how bad could it be? We were able to take out Growlithe with just... Wait, hold on. Did Growlithe... So here's her 7th gym leader battle with Blaine. Starts out with Growlithe. Our attack gets cut thanks to Imitate. But it didn't really matter because we just one-shot Growlithe with Water Pulse anyway. Up next is Ponyta, but we almost one-shot with Water Pulse as it used Fire Blast. We were about to finish it off, but then it used Hyper Potion to restore its health as we used Crunch to land it to yellow health. And then we finished it off with Water Pulse. Up next is Rapidash. We used Crunch first to lower its health a little bit as it missed Fire Blast. I guess I decided that we didn't have much luck, so we decided to head back into it. Our attack gets cut in half by Growlithe as we use Water Pulse to one-shot it. Next is Ponyta. We just used Water Pulse to almost one-shot it. It became confused and it hurt itself because of it, which finished itself off. Then up next is Rapidash. We used Crunch, which did a little damage as we almost get to yellow health with Fire Blast. Then we use Water Pulse to finish it off. His last Pokemon is Arcanine, which our attack gets cut in half again with Imitate. We use Water Pulse to do decent damage as it finished us off with Fire Blast. Okay, we get back into Arcanine, and we decide to use Crunch, which did... With a crit Crunch, we did even more damage as it used Fire Blast to almost took us out with 4 health. We finished it off the battle with Water Pulse with only 4 health. Holy balls. Up next is our final gym battle with Team Rocket Boss. We finished Rhyhorn off with Ice Beam, as usual. Next up is Nidoqueen, but we landed to yellow health with Water Pulse as it used Earthquake. Then we finished her off with Ice Beam. Up next is Nidoking, but it just get finished off with Ice Beam. Next up is another Rhyhorn that gets one-shotted by an Ice Beam. Up next is Dugtrio, but it didn't even stand a chance because it got one-shotted by Ice Beam. Wow, another flawless victory. Alright, here's our last rival battle before the Elite Four. Up next first up is Pidgeot. And as per usual, it gets one-shotted by Ice Beam. Next is Rhyhorn, we just use Water Pulse to finish it off. Up next is Charizard. We used Water Pulse to do decent damage. It became confused and it hurts itself because of it. We used Ice Beam to take it to red health, and it almost finished itself off thanks to Confusion, but then we finished it off with Crunch. Up next is Execute. We just used Ice Beam to one-shot it. Up next is Alakazam. We used Crunch to almost take it out to red health. as it used Calm Mind to raise its special attack and defense. And then we finish it off with one more crunch. Up next is Gyarados. Like always, our attack gets cut in half thanks to Imitate. We use Crunch to do a little bit of damage as its special defense fell, as it used Hydro Pump. Then we use Ice Beam to finish it off. Alright, now here's the Elite Four member, and this is where things get tough. So we used Crunch against Dewgong, didn't do very well as it used Safeguard. We used Crunch again as it used Hail. We used Water Pulse, which didn't do anything. We used Surf to hit us pretty hard. We used Ice Beam and didn't do anything. We used Surf again to hit us even harder. Now, I had the hardest time with the first Elite Four member. We used Secret Power, which did a little bit better on this. And we actually were able to take Dewgong out with Secret Power. But holy crud. Up next is Cloyster. It uses Protect, so it avoided our Secret Power. I tried to go for it, Protect again, but it failed as we hit for Secret Power. We used Crunch, which did a little bit better. It uses Protect like a scumbag, and of course, it went for Protect again, but we've just finished it off with Crunch. Up next is Slowbro. We used Secret Power to damage it a little bit, as it used Amnesia to raise its special defense. And then we used Crunch, which barely did anything despite it being super effective, as it used Surf. Yeah, we didn't stand a chance against Slowbro at all, as it finished us off with one more Surf. Okay, we're back to Slowbro, and our health isn't very looking good. We used Crunch to take half of its health, as it almost took us out with Surf. We use another Crunch to take it to a few pair of health, and then it finishes off with Surf. We almost took care of Slowbro. Alright, we're back again, and this time we get a little bit more decent health. We use Crunch, which take half of its health away, and then use Yawn. You know, our next turn, we're gonna be asleep. Then we use Crunch to finally took out Slowbro. I mean, my god. It took us a few attempts just to take out Slowbro. Alright, so next up is Lapras, and we fell asleep, and this is bad. Oh my god. So we're trying to wake up, and of course, we get confused thanks to Confuse Ray. Try to wake up, but we're still fast asleep as it hit us with Surf. We finally wake up, only to get hurt ourselves thanks to Confusion. And then it finishes off with Surf. Guys, I don't know how to say this, but it's always going to be bad every time we go up against Lapras. Always. No matter what. It's like, no matter what we do. And don't even try to use Water Pulse on Lapras, because it knows ability known as Water Absorb, which absorbs water and uses it as a health boost. So we did try this fight numerous of times until eventually I got to level 100 and taught its Shadow Ball. Hopefully it'll make a difference. But it did not. This is another factor of Snorunt I hate. His PP sucks. I mean, seriously, it freaking sucks. I'm not even kidding. So, we went at it again. I think we did. I did several double teams to hopefully it miss, which it does. We use Crunch. Yeah, I think we do a lot better here. We use Crunch again to land to yellow health. It used Surf to freaking hit us. And then we use Crunch to finally finish that Lapras off. Holy balls. Alright, her last Pokemon is Jinx, but it didn't matter because we used Crunch to get to yellow health. It misses its attack, and we used Crunch again to finish her off. So guys, I had to like scour throughout the Gen 1 to find these things called PP ups, because the Crunch of the PP for Crunch sucks. So I had to get enough PP so it can be fully have So the highest crunch can go is 24. And there were 2 left over, so I just used the rest for my Ice Beam. Ice Beam really isn't good. Anyways, we finally beat the first trainer of Elite 4. Finally. Our next fighter is Bruno. He starts off with Onyx. So we just use Water Pulse to one-shot Onyx. Up next is another Onyx, but we just one-shot it with Water Pulse. Up next is Hitmonchan. We use Ice Beam to do decent damage, as we use Rock Tomb, which lowered our speed. We use Crunch to land to red health, as we use Sky Uppercut. And then we're going to use another move, but then it freaking healed, as we use Water Pulse. And then we use Ice Beam to finish Hitmonchan off. Up next is Hitmonlee. We use Ice Beam to take it to red health, as it finishes off with Brick Break. On our attempt, we maxed out on our double teams as if I go on, we use Brick Break, but it missed, and we take it to red health and freeze it thanks to freaking Ice Beam, but didn't matter because it got healed by Full Restore. We take it back to red health again with Ice Beam. It used Brick Break, but it missed. As we finish it off, we actually finished it off with Ice Beam. This last Pokemon, the Machamp, we just use Ice Beam to land it to yellow health. It goes for attack, but it missed. It heals up thanks to Citrus Berry. And then we use one more Ice Beam to finish it off, winning our second battle. Our third battle didn't go as smoothly as we fought against Gengar. We used Crunch, which did almost take it out. And then it used Double Team, and that one Double Team really screwed us over. As we hit with Water Pulse, became confused, and our attack keeps missing. And then she uses another Double Team, and at this point, I just said, okay. So our next try, we do fairly better as it used Double Team. And then we use Crunch to finish Gengar off. Yeah, you're not doing that on me, no siree. Up next is Arbok. Our attack gets cut thanks to Imitate. We take it to red health as we use Screech. Then she uses Full Restore. We use Ice Beam to take it to yellow health this time, but freezes, which is good. And then we finish it off with Crunch. Up next is Golbat, but we just use Ice Beam to one-shot it. Up next is another Gengar. We just use the same strategy. We use Water Pulse first, make it confused. It hurts itself because of it. And then we finish it off with Crunch. Up next is Haunter. We just used Water Pulse to take half of his health away. And then it made a dumb move and used Curse to take itself out. Wow. What an idiot. Here comes the last of the Elite Four, is Lance. She starts off with Gyarados, which cuts our attack in half thanks to Imitate. We use Ice Beam to take it to yellow health as it used Dragon Rage. We almost finished off with Crunch. It went for an attack, but missed. It uses a Full Restore. We use Crunch to take half of his health away. And then we finish it off with Ice Beam. Up next is Aerodactyl, but it didn't matter because we just one-shot it with Ice Beam. Up next is Dragonite, but since him being a dragon, Ice Beam completely annihilates him. Up next is Dragonair, but goes down the same fate as the Dragonite. His last Pokemon is another Dragonair, but just like before, we just one-shot it with Ice Beam. All in all, it was a pretty easy battle. Oh. So here are the stats. I'm not sure if I can win or not, but I know I haven't really been recording the stats at all, and I do apologize. For my next challenge, I will hopefully remember to record my stats. We're back to our rival. Jesus. Okay, as per usual, he sends out Pidgeot to fight our Snorunt. We use Double Team as he used Sand Attack to lower our accuracy. Then I used Ice Beam to one-shot Pidgeot. Next up is Rhydon. Used Double Team scary face, but it missed. This is where I decided to max out on my double teams, right here, because I know what's coming. I know he has Charizard in his team. As it tries for scary face over and over again, completely missing, and also missing with Earthquake. I know you guys don't like double team, but it's what gets me far. And I use Ice Beam to finish off Rhydon after maxing out my double teams. Up next is Charizard. Oh boy. I don't have a bad feeling about this all of a sudden. We use Water Pulse to take decent damage, as I use Aerial Ace. Then I use another Water Pulse to take it to red health. It went for Fire Blast, but it missed thanks to our max double team as we finish it off with Water Pulse. Up next is Alakazam. We used Crunch, but it missed. Alakazam used Psychic, but it missed. We used Crunch, which didn't miss, and landed to Yell Health as it attacked missed us. It uses Full Restore to restore its health as we landed red health with Crunch. Our rival uses another Full Restore. We went for Crunch but missed. Our Crunch missed again. His attack missed. We used Crunch to land to Yell Health again, lowering his special defense in the process. His attack missed us. And then our rival uses another Full Restore as we use Crunch to finally take out Alakazam. Up next is Executor, but we just use Ice Beam to one-shot it. His last Pokemon is Gyarados, which our attack gets cut in half thanks to Imitate. We use Crunch to damage him a little bit to lower his special defense. It went for Dragon Rage, but missed. We used Crunch to land to Yellow Health as it went for Dragon Rage, but missed. We tried to go for an Ice Beam, but it missed. And, man, I didn't know one Sand Attack would almost cost me everything. Look at that. We keep missing. It hit with Dragon Rage finally, and we finally finished Gyarados off with an Ice Beam after missing like a million times, defeating the champion and earning us our spot in the Hall of Fame. Holy freaking cow. To be honest, I didn't think this challenge would be done because I struggled so hard on the first trainer. But we finally were able to beat her. Yeah, even though you guys probably don't like me using double team, but double team was what helped me to get through this challenge. Oh my god. Alright guys, if you like this challenge and want some more, hit the like button, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel, become followed to my Facebook page and Twitch, and join the Shadow Snake Army! And as always, this is Shadow Snake, signing out.